Years have passed since that fateful journey to the Carpathian Mountains, but the events had left an indelible mark on Charles, Alan, Diana, and Helen. Each of them carried the memory of their adventure with them, using it as a source of strength and inspiration in their daily lives. Charles and Diana settled into a comfortable life in London. Charles continued his work as a historian, but with a renewed passion. He began writing a book about their encounter with Dracula, not as a mere accounting of events, but as a deeper exploration of courage, faith, and the human spirit. Diana, who had always been a talented artist, found new inspiration in their experiences and began painting vivid, evocative scenes that captured the essence of their journey. Alan and Helen moved to a quiet village in the countryside, seeking a peaceful life away from the hustle and bustle of the city. Alan became a teacher, sharing stories of bravery and resilience with his students, while Helen took up gardening, finding solace and joy in nurturing life from the soil. Their bond grew stronger with each passing year, and they often hosted gatherings where they and their friends could reminisce and celebrate their shared history. Father Sandor, now an elderly but vigorous man, had become a respected figure in his parish. His sermons were filled with wisdom and hope, and he often spoke of the power of unity and faith in overcoming darkness. His parishioners looked up to him, not just as a spiritual leader, but as a beacon of strength and compassion. One day, as Charles was working in his study, he received a letter bearing an unfamiliar seal. Opening it, he discovered an invitation to a symposium on supernatural phenomena and historical mysteries, to be held at a prestigious university. The invitation specifically requested his presence to share his first-hand experience with Dracula. Charles showed the letter to Diana, who immediately saw the potential. "This is a wonderful opportunity, Charles, not only to share our story, but to connect with others who have had similar experiences." Charles nodded thoughtfully. "You're right, and perhaps we can learn more about the forces we encountered, and how others have faced them." They decided to attend the symposium, and Charles reached out to Alan and Helen, inviting them to join. Alan was intrigued by the idea, and Helen, though initially hesitant, agreed, recognizing the importance of the shared experience. When the day of the symposium arrived, the four friends reunited at the university. The atmosphere was charged with excitement and curiosity, as scholars and enthusiasts from around the world gathered to share their knowledge and experiences. Charles took the stage to a packed auditorium, feeling a mixture of nerves and determination. He began his presentation with a brief overview of their journey, then delved into the deeper themes of courage, unity, and the triumph of light over darkness. The audience was captivated, hanging on his every word. As he concluded, he opened the floor to questions. A hand shot up in the front row, and a young woman with intense eyes stood to speak. "Mr. Kent, do you believe that the forces you faced in the Carpathian Mountains still pose a threat to others today?" Charles considered her question carefully. "I believe that the darkness we faced is not unique to our experience. It manifests in different ways, in different places. But I also believe that the same principles of courage, faith, and unity that helped us prevail can help others as well." The symposium proved to be a profound experience for all of them. They met people who had faced their own supernatural encounters, exchanged stories, and learned about various methods of confronting and overcoming such forces. It became clear that while their battle with Dracula had been unique, it was part of a larger tapestry of human resilience and bravery. As the symposium came to a close, the friends reflected on the journey that had brought them there. They realized that their story was not just a tale of survival, but a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit. Returning to their lives, they continued to draw strength from the shared experience. Charles's book became a bestseller, touching the lives of many and spreading the message of hope and courage. Diana's paintings were celebrated for the vivid portrayal of the battle between light and darkness. Alan's students were inspired by his tales of bravery, and Helen's garden flourished, a living symbol of renewal and life. Father Sandor, now revered as a wise elder, continued to guide his parish with kindness and wisdom. His legacy a beacon of hope for future generations. The bond between the four friends remained unbreakable, forged in the crucible of their adventure. They knew that no matter what challenges lay ahead, they would face them together, their spirits forever intertwined by the light they had found in each other. Answer, their story continued, a testament to the enduring power of faith, courage, and the unbreakable bonds of friendship. Years had passed since the events of the Carpathian Mountains, and the lives of Charles, Alan, Diana, and Helen had settled into a semblance of normalcy. Yet, the echoes of their past adventures lingered, occasionally stirring up memories of the darkness they had once faced. One crisp autumn evening, as the leaves turned to gold and crimson, Charles received another unexpected letter. This time, it was from an old historian colleague who had uncovered a new lead related to the supernatural phenomena they had once encountered. The letter spoke of strange occurrences and mysterious sightings in a remote region of Europe, hinting at a possible resurgence of dark forces. Charles shared the letter with Diana, Alan, and Helen over a quiet dinner. The news was met with a mixture of curiosity and concern. Diana, ever the artist, was intrigued by the possibility of new inspiration. Alan and Helen, though initially hesitant, recognized the importance of staying vigilant. This could be related to what we faced before, Charles said, his voice filled with a mix of excitement and apprehension. It might be worth investigating. After a thorough discussion, they agreed to embark on a new journey. This time, the goal was not just to confront a specific threat but to understand the broader implications of the supernatural occurrences and how they might be interconnected. They traveled to the remote region mentioned in the letter, a rugged area known for its ancient ruins and deep forest. The journey led them to a small village that seemed almost untouched by time. The villagers greeted them with a wary but respectful demeanor, having heard whispers of their previous encounter with Dracula. The village elder, a wise old woman named Greta, welcomed them and shared her own unsettling experiences. For weeks now, we have seen strange lights in the forest and heard eerie sounds at night. Some believe it is the return of an ancient evil. Father Sandor, who had joined them for this journey, took a keen interest in the accounts. He suggested they start by investigating the ruins of an old castle on the outskirts of the village, rumored to have once been a site of dark rituals. The group ventured into the forest, following a narrow, overgrown path that led them to the castle ruins. The site was eerily silent, the remnants of the once majestic structure now little more than crumbling stone and overgrown vegetation. As they explored the ruins, Diana noticed symbols carved into the walls, symbols that resembled those she had seen in the Carpathian Mountains. Her heart raced as she pointed them out to the others. These symbols, they're similar to the ones we saw in Dracula's castle, Diana said, her voice trembling slightly. Father Sandor examined the symbols closely. These markings are ancient. They suggest that this place was used for dark rituals, perhaps even by followers of Dracula. The group continued their exploration, eventually discovering a hidden chamber beneath the ruins. The chamber contained remnants of old texts and artifacts, some of which appeared to be related to vampiric lore and dark magic. As they examined the artifacts, they realized that the dark forces they had previously encountered were not an isolated threat. The text suggested a network of followers who had continued the practices and sought to revive the dark powers. Their investigation revealed that the sightings and disturbances in the village were not just random events but part of a larger, coordinated effort to reawaken ancient evil. The pieces of the puzzle were falling into place, and it became clear that their mission was far from over. Charles, Alan, Diana, and Helen, alongside Father Sandor, decided to stay in the village to help protect it and gather more information. The villagers were grateful for their assistance and offered what help they could, including local legends and historical records. As they worked to unravel the mysteries, they encountered more signs of dark rituals and gatherings. The village became a focal point for their efforts, and they began to understand the broader implications of the supernatural threat they faced. One night, as they sat by the fire discussing their findings, Greta approached them with a look of grave concern. "There is an old prophecy," she said, her voice low and filled with apprehension. "It speaks of a time when the forces of darkness will seek to reclaim their power and spread their influence once more. It is said that only those with unwavering faith and courage can stand against them." Father Sandor nodded thoughtfully. "The prophecy may be referring to what we are dealing with now. Our fight against the darkness is not just about defeating individual threats but about ensuring that the forces of evil do not gain a foothold once more." Determined to prevent the resurgence of darkness, the group intensified their efforts. They worked to disrupt the dark rituals, protect the village, and gather allies who could assist in their mission. Their previous experiences had prepared them for this renewed challenge, and their unity and resolve were stronger than ever. As the days turned into weeks, they managed to thwart several attempts to revive the ancient evil. But they knew that the threat was not entirely vanquished. The battle against the darkness continued, but with each victory, they gained a greater understanding of the forces at play and the steps needed to counter them. The journey had taken on a new dimension, evolving from a quest for survival to a broader mission to safeguard the world from the encroaching darkness. They faced each challenge with the knowledge that their efforts were part of a larger, ongoing struggle between light and shadow. As they prepared for the next steps, they took comfort in the bond that had carried them through the previous trials. Their courage and faith had been tested once again, and they had emerged stronger and more determined. With the support of the villagers and their own unwavering resolve, Charles, Alan, Diana, and Helen knew that they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The echoes of their past had led them to a new chapter in their journey, one that would require all their strength and unity to navigate. Answer, their story continued, a testament to the enduring power of light in the face of encroaching darkness, and a reminder that the fight for good is never truly over.